Hello everyone, my name is Mahmoud Ismail. I'm one of the cardiology fellows at Mayo Clinic. Today, I'll be talking about our research evaluating racial, ethnic, and sex disparities in the use and outcomes of intracoronary imaging. So just quick background, racial, ethnic, and sex disparities exist in the use and outcomes of many cardiac procedures. And the benefits of IVUS and OCT to guide and optimize PCI have been demonstrated in several large trials. However, the use and outcomes of intracoronary imaging by race, ethnicity, and sex remain unknown. So, the purpose of the study was to evaluate the combined impact of race, ethnicity, and sex on the use and outcomes of intracoronary imaging. So, we analyzed the National Inpatient Sample Database in the United States from 2016 to 2020 to identify hospitalizations for coronary angiography that included some sort of intracoronary imaging, either IVUS or OCT. We used logistic regression models to determine racial, ethnic, sex disparities in intracoronary imaging outcomes. And the primary outcome was revascularization with either PCI or CABG. And the secondary outcomes included all-cause and hospital mortality, stroke, AKI, major bleeding, and vascular complications. From 2016 through 2020, we identified around 187,000 patients, of whom only 32.8% were women, which highlights the underrepresentation of female patients in intracoronary imaging. And 74.5% were of a white race, 9.6% were of black race, which highlights the underrepresentation of black patients in intracoronary imaging compared to their relative percentage in the United States population, which is approximately 12.6% according to US Census data. And 8.3% of patients were of Hispanic ethnicity, which highlights the significant underrepresentation of Hispanic patients in intracoronary imaging compared to their relative percentage in the United States population, which is approximately around 18.7% according to the most recent US Census data. And around 7.6% were from other races. Now, compared to white men, we found that women from all races had lower rates of revascularization with either PCI or CABG, as we can see here. We also found that women from all races and ethnicities had higher rates of vascular complications compared to white men. We also found that black men had lower rates of revascularization compared to white men, in addition to higher rates of AKI compared to white men. And we also found that black and Hispanic women had higher odds of stroke compared to white men. And hospital mortality and major bleeding were similar between the different race, ethnic, and sex groups. So to conclude, between 2016 and 2020, women, black, and Hispanic patients were underrepresented in intracoronary imaging with worse in-hospital clinical outcomes compared to white men. Therefore, further comparative studies of intracoronary imaging in clinically similar white men and women and other racial and ethnic groups are warranted to confirm our findings and also to drive policy initiatives to identify the reasons for such disparities and also to help resolve such disparities. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to your questions.